old show. This is the big O 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 show.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new Integra. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
When it comes to your smile, confidence is so important. At Moody Dental, they provide the services to get your smile back. This family-run practice prides itself by offering the latest technology to give your family the best experience possible. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years with offices in Hialeah and Plantation. They accept most major dental insurances. They provide free new patient exams, 20% off select treatments. To qualify, please follow us on Instagram at moodys.dental. Moody Dental has been in business for over 30 years. To schedule an appointment in Hialeah, call 305-821-0231 and Plantation 954-692-6825. From Invisaligns, dental implants, same-day crowns, and the preventative care and preservation to get your smile back. Go to moodysdental.com to find out more and tell them Big O sent you.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Take $10,000 off a 2025 MDX at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
For over 16 years, EJDConstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDConstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDConstruction.com.
It starts every morning before the sun comes up. Projects are laid out. Plans are made. Equipment is fueled and loaded with inventory to handle all service requests. Orders are given to an army of skilled landscape maintenance professionals, certified arbor trimmers, irrigation technicians, and licensed pest management experts who fan out to communities and businesses all over South Florida. Experienced, on time, and dependable. Our staff is fully trained, licensed, and insured. Contact us by phone, email, social media, or through our website to answer all your landscape questions. We are Cutter's Edge. Total Landscape Solutions.
The A Sultan's choice for excitement and a caravan of savings awaits at Toyota of Hollywood. Your wish for savings has been granted with discounts of up to $4,500. Take a magic carpet ride in a Toyota Corolla, not $24,000, $19,988. Step into our Grand Bazaar where you'll find epic savings at the #1 volume Toyota dealer, Toyota of Hollywood, on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Kane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
Oh, Sam, not again.
Initiating Daddy's back.
Go!
Set the rhythm of your smart home with Slomin Shield Blink, the new integrated smart home platform that automates your life just the way you want it. Slomin Shield Blink. Be the maestro of your own home.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors, 305-345-3649. Or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Before you buy or lease a Honda, Volkswagen, Hyundai, or any other model, compare Subaru, rated #1 in safety at Subaru of Pembroke Pines. Buy with 0.9% financing, 0 down. Forester with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $259 a month. Crosstrek with symmetrical all-wheel drive, $239 a month. During the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Subaru of Pembroke Pines, South Florida's #1 volume Subaru retailer.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rheaume. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rheaume can help.
There's just one place to celebrate a happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Drive away in a new ADX. Only $299 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines, the #1 volume Acura dealer.
The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. Ownership, management, sponsors, or website.
Oh, man. You can call all your cooling to help you there with the heating and the cooling, but you can't call them to help you about your Miami Dolphins, unfortunately. Good morning, one and all. Hope you all are doing well out there, as well as you can be. I mean, you know, listen, if you're a Dolphins fan, it's not so bad. We got the Canes. If you're a Dolphins fan, it's not so bad. We got the Panthers. You know, if you're a Dolphins fan, it's not so bad. We've got the unbeaten Fort Lauderdale United. You know what? If you're a Dolphins fan, it's not so bad. Inter and Messi, they've got, what, the third seed in the conference, headed to the playoffs? Things aren't that bad. And, by the way, if you're a Dolphins fan, hope you bought the dip because, you know, that was a nice fresh dip over the weekend. See, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that's good. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have to start by apologizing, Sean. You know, when you're right, you're right, and when you're wrong, you're wrong. You got to admit when you're wrong, right? Well, I got to tell you something. I was wrong. Because I told you that the Dolphins would have a bad season and they're not going to the playoffs. But, man, I didn't know it was going to be a catastrophic season. Holy crap, man. I you know, I knew it would be bad, but catastrophic? I'm just glad I'm not one of those people that actually thought a winning season was possible or playoff scenario or any of that bullshit that some people painted out there, which I was like, yeah. But I apologize. I apologize because, you know, I figured a bad season, 7 wins, you know, maybe 6, okay, 5. I don't even know if they'll get to that now. It's bad, dude. It is. Wow, it's worse than I thought it was, you know. But what are you going to do? That's life as a Miami Dolphins fan. We've been through worse, and I guess we'll see more bad stuff, you know, before we see any good stuff. I don't know what to tell you, dude. It's hard for me to figure any of this stuff out already as it is. But we got a lot to talk about here today on Monday, October 13th, 2025. It is day number 18,899 since the Miami Dolphins lifted the Vince Lombardi Trophy. It is day number 8,683 since the Canes were national title winners. And despite the bomb drop by the Orange Man on Friday, Bitcoin never went under 100,000. It could only go to, 108 around there, I think. I got it at 109. I know it hit 108, you know, but I didn't catch it there. I caught it at 109, which, hey, I'm glad I caught 109. I'm good. I'm good in the hood, as they say. So that is amazing, by the way, that we are 112 days over 100K. And what happened on Friday was actually the biggest liquidation in crypto and Bitcoin history, and yet it didn't affect Bitcoin nearly as much. You know what I mean? Now it's back to 115 because, of course, the idiots that panic sold. You know, the taco president said, "Oh, yeah," and the taco vice president, "Oh, no, they're open to negotiations," and then she also backed up, and so now everybody's back, and it's just unfortunately soft hands will lose in this game. And that's what happened on Friday at 5 o'clock. Very interesting. The comments will come out at Friday at 5 o'clock after the markets are closed. But, you know, it is what it is. What can I tell you? It is what it is. But Bitcoin, 112 days over 100K. That's impressive. That's impressive. And it weathers any storm that comes. Super impressive. Not that I'm a financial advisor, not that this is financial advice, not that I know anything that I'm talking about. Just make sure you know that. Okay, do your own homework. But anyway, that's what we've got going on Monday, October 13th, 2025. By the way, the Dow is up 506 points. The S&P is up 100 points. The NASDAQ is up half a point. So We've got the markets in the green. There are $7 trillion sitting in money markets waiting to invest in something. Gold is at an all-time high. I believe it hit $4,089, I believe, which is an all-time high. So there you go. That's the base of what's going on today on Monday, October 13th. All right. One more thing, because I got a lot of DMs, and I want to apologize again. Another apology on my part, right? I mean, wrong about the season. I tell you, it's going to be a bad season. Didn't know it was going to be catastrophic. And then here I got to apologize. I could not go to the Dolphin Fest that we had over the weekend at Bo Campers. I got like a little bit of a cold. It's pretty cool because it hasn't like taken over my body completely or body cold and I have a little bit of phlegm and stuff, but I'm not really it's not really terrible, which is really cool for me. And so maybe that's a little too much information, but either way, my point is I didn't want to go on Saturday. And on Friday, I don't know if you remember, if you were watching the Acura, when we were at Acura, I kind of felt something. And sure enough, I ended up with a little bit of a cold now. I've been hitting the NyQuils, and it's been killing it off, I think, and loading up on some extra Nature B in the process, and drinking tons and tons of water, because I like to drink a lot of water. Anyway, so I'm trying to get out of my system, and I did not want to go on Saturday in a confined space with a bunch of people, and I'm breathing and shaking hands and hugging or whatever. And so that's the reason why I did not go. So those of you that DM'd me and all kinds of platforms, okay, I truly apologize. I wanted to go on Saturday. I wanted to go hang out with NorCal, my buddy, and go meet, anybody else that I could meet out there, and, a bunch of you that support our show, and we love you all for that. But I wasn't going to go out there and, get people sick and stuff like that. So I didn't want to take that chance. So there you go. But I'm good, by the way. Don't worry about it. This is nothing, actually. This is like the lightest cold I've ever had. And I wonder, getting that pneumococcal vaccine, whatever thingamajig I got a couple months ago, I wonder if that's what's doing it, that it's kind of helping it go through my system quickly and it isn't affecting me big. I'm not sure. I might be talking a lot of crap here. I'm not a doctor. Didn't sleep at a Holiday Inn. I'm not a financial advisor. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking here. I have no idea, but it's very light, and it's going right through my system like nothing, which is pretty cool. But as you all know, a cold can affect any of us differently. It could affect other people a lot more severely, or it could be as light as it is for me right now. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I did not want to take the chance on getting any of you sick. That's not cool. So that's why I wasn't there, and I apologize profusely. I am sorry. All right. All right. I got that out of the way. Whew. Remember, folks, you can make a donation to the show, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation, since Venmo has kind of turned it up. By the way, Bitcoin is right now at 115,273. Let's see if we get to like 116, 117 during this show. Would be cool if we start pumping a little bit here and get it going. I'm just waiting to see what the hell are those $7 trillion doing. They're going to go into stocks. They're going to go into gold. Or they're going to go into Bitcoin, because $7 trillion is sitting on the sidelines ready to like dive in. There's going to be like this influx of money that's going to be coming in. It's like a tsunami of money looking for investment, because they got to stash their money somewhere that it'll grow. They just haven't decided. $7 trillion hasn't decided yet on where they're going. It's impressive stuff. All right. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. The great Alan Blanco, 786-618-1443. Tonight at Xfinity Arena, the best team in town, your Florida Panthers, are visiting the Flyers there. And Panthers, by the way, minus 140 on the money line. The Flyers plus 120. The over and under is 5.5 goals. The Miami Dolphins, the line is set. They're on the road to take on the Cleveland Browns, and the Brownies are favored by 2.5 points. The over and under is 40.5. Miami plus 115, Cleveland minus 135. The University of Miami football team, they are back in action on Friday, 7 o'clock. Louisville, ESPN. 4-1, Louisville 1-1 in the conference. Miami 5-0, 1-0 in the conference. We will have the post-game show for you here on Friday night. The Fort Lauderdale United was going to play Lexington SC on Saturday at 2 o'clock. No longer. That has been moved to Thursday night. So it has been sped up a little bit. So Thursday night, the ladies are back in action. Saturday, Inter Miami defeated Atlanta 4-0. Messi with 2 goals in the 39th and 87th minute. Suarez with, if you haven't seen it, go look for Suarez's golazo in the 61st minute against Atlanta on Saturday. That was a thing of beauty, bro. That was awesome. Saturday, 6 o'clock, they visit Nashville, and they'll wrap up the season and get ready for the playoffs, and they better have a much better showing than they did last year. And you know what? You better win the damn thing. Is what needs to happen. Damn, this thing's updating quite a bit here. Bunch of stuff is coming in. All right. And locally, Miami FC, by the way, they lost to Louisville City FC 1-0 Sunday at 5 o'clock. They will visit Birmingham Legion FC. Tonight in the NFL, we have 2 Monday night games. The Bills at the Falcons, and the Bills are favored by 4. The over and under is 50. Bills minus 210 on the money line. Falcons plus 175. Bears at Washington. Washington favored by 5. Over and under is 49.5. Plus 200 for the Bears. Washington minus 250 there on the money line. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. Not Bears. Boring, bro. Boring. It's like the Caleb story is so overplayed and overtalked. You know, it's just one of those things. Don't have no belief in that kid. Like that's like it's really like putting Miami on prime time, like they did this year. Like they put it on so many, and I'm like, why would you do that? This is a bad team. I didn't know it was going to be catastrophic. And I look at the Bears, and it's like it's like Miami. There are teams that you should not be putting on national television. I really don't understand that one. That's one that kind of blows me away. Denardo Joseph, thank you for the love on Cash App, sir. We really appreciate it. We love Cash App or Venmo because we get 100% of the donation, whereas in Super Chats, we love it. But stinking YouTube takes 30% away, man. That's a lot of money for them. Anyway, Denardo Joseph, the bright side of being a Dolphins fan is the U. Go Canes, exactly. Now, you know, Denardo, that's for you and me, obviously. I just hope that there are more Dolph fans that are Canes fans and Panther fans, you know, and that they're giving, you're giving yourself an opportunity to enjoy yourself, right? That's what I'm hoping for you Dolphin fans out there, that you're also a Canes fan or you're a Panthers fan, and you can at least have some real enjoyment, man. You deserve it. Lord knows the team doesn't deserve you. And that's one of the beautiful things that I saw on social media yesterday is Dolphins hanging out with each other and taking pics. By the way, Big E being there, that was real good stuff about it, okay? And speaking of Big E, let me make sure the bands are set up right here, okay? Let's support Big E. All right, get your Big E Strong bands. All right,
and use the QR code. The information there that Sean is putting, as the Sports Babe and Lou are running point on this. And you can get your Big E Strong bands and help him out going through a tough time and medical bills. He's a great human being, one of the best on the planet, better than most of us. Let's put it that way. That's what that dude is. And so let's do our best to help him out, man. And so I saw many pictures of Big E and the family there and all that. So that was really, really cool. And that's the cool part, is watching the camaraderie of Dolphin fans on a Saturday at Bow Campers, the camaraderie of Dolphin fans at a stadium, and we're all pissed. We're all a community. Some of us are super positive fans. Some of us are super negative fans. Some of us are somewhere in the middle. Some of us are super pissed. Some of us are moderately pissed. Some of us are like, oh, well, everybody's different. Everybody handles things differently. Everybody looks at it differently, but we're all in pain. We're all in pain. That's the bottom line. We're all in pain, and it's stuff that we continue to express for years and decades, and we have no control over the situation because we don't own the team. We don't run the team. We don't make the decisions. You know what I'm saying? So we're just kind of like at a point where, it's hopeless. It's like a rudderless ship, and it just doesn't seem like it's going in any direction that we are satisfied in. You know what I'm saying? And we get to a point where we have to either lie to ourselves about, well, no, it'll turn around now. Oh, they'll win today or this or that, and it's sad. And then in the end, we get our hearts broken. And then I see all these pictures of Dolphins together and, the Dolphin get together. And then I see all these road games and, Dolphin fans headed out on the road and all these Dolphin clubs around the country, around the world. And they're all making an effort to get together to watch the team that they love. But the team that they love doesn't love them back ever, dude. Ever. There are like little moments, but really they never turn the corner. For 45 years, they've never turned the corner. They have these little moments, these little pockets where they accomplish a couple of games or have a decent season, but then they're put in the spotlight for something and they shit in their pants. And it's kind of been like that for 45 years. Didn't matter if it's Marino. It doesn't matter if it's Fiedler. It doesn't matter if it's Ray Lucas. It doesn't matter if it's Chad Pennington. It doesn't matter if it's Tua Tagovailoa. It doesn't matter who it is. Tannehill, whatever, it's going to end in an embarrassment. And so I commend all of you out there for hanging in there year after year. You're unsatisfied as hell. And yet you come back, And it's just a really difficult situation emotionally that we're all in. And we're all venting in our own ways. And we all want the same thing. We all want them to actually stop being the Miami Dolphins and start being a new Miami Dolphins that is not with the same stuff over and over and over and over again. And I feel bad. I feel bad for everybody, man, because it makes us fight amongst each other and all that kind of stuff, which is stupid because they're the ones that cause all the problems, not us. Hang in there, folks. Hang in there. I don't know when they'll fix it. I don't know if they'll ever fix it, but I guess we'll be here when they do, right? Or some of us will. I'm on the road to 60 next year. I don't know, bro. I'm getting to the point where, I don't know what's going to happen. All right, so let's get into what I think was Tua's best pass ever. And yesterday at the podium, he dropped a bomb that the Gap Band couldn't even match. And to me, again, this puts us at odds and talking about it and all that. To me, it was beautiful. It was awesome. It was needed because it's what's going on, but yet the McDaniels of the world will never fix it. The front office, the ownership, they can't fix it, right? So somebody has got to throw the lit grenade and kind of like let it explode, okay? Because I told you guys last offseason, as I showed you all the defections, and I walked you through all of the stuff. If you didn't watch during the offseason, that's sorry, that's what you get insight there too at the same time. And we walked you through every person that left and reasons and all that. And it had to do with the entire environment of the team. Okay. And I know that we're at a point where, it's forbidden to throw your teammates under the bus. And I would agree with that normally. But not in this case. Not in this case. Why? What are we protecting? There's nothing to protect. Somebody has to light the fuse so the destruction of it all happens. Those of you that don't want Tua around, this is awesome. This speeds up the process of getting rid of Tua. Those of you that want Mike McDaniel fired, this speeds up the process of getting Mike McDaniel fired. Those of you that want changes in the front office, well, if Stephen Ross didn't hire Mike McDaniel, I think those changes are coming. Because I'm still not sure if Mike McDaniel was hired by even Chris Greer yet. I'm still not sure of that. Because the owner does too many things on his own. Okay? And so he's the one that extended Joe Philbin when everybody, like, how disconnected are you from this team? He's the one that extended Mike McDaniel. I know for a fact, 100%. Listen to me, 100%. The front office didn't want to pay Tyreek Hill. So what forced the change? And so these are things that, whatever. So, but the good thing is, you want change. I want change. How's it going to happen? Obviously, losses aren't enough. So I'm glad somebody's talking. I'm glad that they're throwing people under the bus that deserve to be thrown under the bus. And if Tua goes along with it, then so be it. He's not going to win here anyway. Nobody wins here anyway. So it's his way also personally of saying, dude, I've had enough of this. I'm tired. Since I got here, I had a coach that was sabotaging me, didn't want me around. Now I got a goofball that can't even get a play in on Rye. Then can't commit to the run. Can't do anything. I've got Darren. Bro, can you imagine being Tua and watching Darren Waller just standing there on the sidelines? Just standing there. No, we're going to save him. Like, in case of emergency, break glass. Like, what the fuck are you doing? How is Darren Waller being saved? So I'm glad if Tua's frustrated, dude, air it out. I'm glad. I hope the finger pointing starts. I hope that everything bubbles up, dude. What are we protecting here? Is this the Panthers? Is there like a dynasty going on that whoa, wait a minute, guys, let's relax here. We got something really good going on. No. Is this the Canes where maybe Mario now it looks like he's got his guys. It looks like the program's turning around and heading in the right direction. And all of a sudden a bomb is dropped and whoa, wait a minute. No, that's not what's going on here. What are you trying to save? I'm trying to figure this out. Why are you so enraged? Who gives a shit? You care about the team, right? You want them to change, right? You want people to get fired, right? Thank you, Tua. Thank you. Let's go. Losing is not enough, clearly, for Stephen Ross, right? Losing's not enough. The man extended Joe Philbin on a meaningless win against Minnesota. A bad team he beat, and I think, did that get them like one game over 500 or some crap like that or some, I don't know what it was. But that's not on the front office. So this is what we need. And if you dislike Tua, good. This is more reason for you to dislike Tua. And if you don't want Tua here, this is a conduit for his exit. This is awesome. This is fantastic. You want this. You want to air all of this out. There is nothing worth saving here. Understand that. So what are you enraged about? What are you protecting? What do you care? I hope more people start pointing fingers. I hope more people start complaining about McDaniel, about whatever, dude. Good. Maybe the owner will do something. Maybe the owner will wake up and figure out what he has to do. I don't know. But the status quo, where you're just going to tell us that everything will be all right and we'll figure it out and we got to get back to the drawing board, that shit don't work. So I'm glad. I want the dysfunction. I want it to bubble up. I want it to get out there. Tua did you a favor. Whether you like him or hate him, whether you want him or you don't, he did you a favor yesterday. Because all we're getting is two-faced bullshit from the Miami Dolphins for decades. We see the problems, but they don't really address the problems. They don't really talk about them. And then until it's too late. There's nothing to save here. Don't act like you're so insulted by it. And if you dislike Tua, good for you. If you don't want him, good for you. This is exactly what you want. If he ostracizes himself from the locker room, this is what you want. If he exposes a bunch of people in the locker room, this is what you want. If it gets the head coach fired, this is what you want. If it makes changes throughout the organization, this is what you want. But somebody's got to say something. And if I'm Tua, I'm also going to start thinking about myself. Look, man, he's got his money already. It's guaranteed whether you like it or not. Maybe he can play his way out of not even playing anymore. And he can sit down, avoid injuries, and then get the hell out. The good thing is that this will lead to something. We need some closure in all of this, don't we? You know what I'm saying? Lord knows I want it. You know, Lord knows since they drafted him, it's been a dramatic problem from the get-go. It doesn't matter whether he plays well or not. It's been a terrible, terrible issue the entire time. I'm tired of it personally. So I'm all for him getting the hell out of here. Okay? It is what it is. You took an injury-prone quarterback, and now you've kind of had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Herbert, for me, ain't shit, and he proved it again. He's nothing, bro. He for all his talent, he plays as small as it gets. The player to take that day was the guy I wanted, which was Tristan Wirfs. That's the player I wanted. That's the best player out of the three. Out of Justin Herbert, Tua Tagovailoa, and Tristan Wirfs, the guy that's had the best career, the guy that already looks like a Hall of Famer is Tristan Wirfs. He's played at a Hall of Fame level in his first 5 years. something neither of those guys can say. That was the guy to take. So you can go back and check the video. You know, I like Tua. He can pass the ball, but you got to know how to build around him, and they have not built the right way around. When you have statues, you need to build right around statues, and we don't. So I'm glad, man. I'm glad. This place is not for Tua. He's not for most of you out there. They are not going to build for him anyway. He's not going to succeed here anyway. No quarterback. It's not like any quarterback succeeds here, dude. None of them. Even shitty-ass Tannehill, at least Mike Vrabel understood, okay, this guy, I need him to just manage the offense because, you know, Derrick Henry, the offensive line, and the defense will carry us, and he just needs to make a couple passes. Even he got him farther, and he's a bum. Ryan Tannehill is as a bum gets. Okay? He's as big a choker and a yellow belly as it gets, and they got him to an AFC championship game. Nick Foles ain't shit, and he's a Super Bowl winner. Okay? Jalen Hurts, yeah, he's a runner, a tough kid, an outstanding human being. He's a mediocre-ass passer. He's a Super Bowl winner. No quarterback will ever succeed here because we ruined Marino, and we won't win with Tua either, bro. Okay? So it doesn't matter whether you have the freak or you have the solid passer. You won't win. Doesn't matter because we don't build it right. No matter what decade, no matter what coach, no matter what front office, we don't build it right. So that's the bottom line. I'm glad he dropped that grenade yesterday. I am really glad that, and there's no walking it back and that it's, you know, it's players meetings at the position players and this and that. And I don't want to hear about any of that shit. Okay. This is a team that doesn't believe in its leadership. That's all. And why would you? This is where we're not being honest with ourselves. Look at McDaniel. Why the hell would you even believe in that? Why would you believe in Joe Philbin? But, you know, the owner's counting money and his family's counting money, and that's all they give a shit about, dude. You know, they'll try to win if they can cut some corners and cheat. They don't even know how to cheat. But and if it happens, they'll win, all right. But if they don't, they're fine with it, dude. They're fine with it. They're not going, oh my God. If you really cared, you would have made changes already. If you really cared, you wouldn't have extended McDaniel. You would have held his feet to the fire in the final year of his deal and say, either you get your shit straight or get the hell out of here. You know what I mean? After the 0-3 start, you should have fired him. What are we doing? And he's a man that doesn't know what he's watching. When it comes to football, Stephen Ross is as stupid as it gets. His actions speak loud and clear. I am incredibly stupid at football. I'm a master at real estate, but I am a buffoon when it comes to football. And that's it. Only a buffoon extends Philbin and Mike McDaniel. And that has nothing to do with any general manager in place. Nothing. Does not matter because it was a different general manager under Philbin and a different general manager now. So it's the same owner. It's the same owner that went after Harbaugh in the middle of the night. It's the same owner that lost a third-round pick for going after Sean Payton and Tom Brady. It's the same owner that does dirty, cheating stuff, lying, and stupidity. This is, while Stephen Ross is known that he will spend money, he's also known as a horrible cheater, a liar, and a dumb-ass football owner. Oh, by the way, he's a real estate giant. You know, that property holds all kinds of events, championships, Super Bowls, concerts, F1 race, tennis tournament, hospital. Real estate wise, he knows how to, gather properties. Boom, boom, boom. Value goes through the roof. That's awesome. But physically run one of those, he can't. And that's what he does with the Dolphins. And he's the main culprit why you're not going to get anywhere. Because he's a bad owner. And you'll never get rid of him because his family is making so much money off that property because Tom Garfinkel is a genius. And what he has done and built there, man, he's a stud and a half. But at the same time, it gives them the luxury that they just don't have to give an F. Everybody will still buy tickets. Dolphins will still have fan fests. We're still going to have Dolphin clubs and bars all over the world. You will still buy tickets. You will still go on the road, and they know it. No matter what they give you, dude, they can give you Wanstead, you still go back. They can give you Philbin, you still go back. They can give you McDaniel, you still will go back. They can give you Cam Cameron, and you're still going to go back. It is a Teflon business. By the way, as dumb as Stephen Ross is running a football team, we're just as dumb as fans. Truth hurts, huh? Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. Ho Yoon, thank you, sir. You are a monster. Thank you for your generosity. You are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Ho Yoon. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. And you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation. Appreciate you all out there as always. All right. What do we got here on the chat board, right? Let's figure it out. Let's see here. There we go. Got it unfrozen here. Dolphin Dave, I see you're up first. The Dolphins are fractured. They have to clean house. This is only going to get worse. Tua said it all, and I don't blame Tua. He just needs to keep it in house. Nah. I'm all for airing all this dirty laundry out here, baby. I am all for it. Blow this thing up. There ain't nothing worth saving here, dude. Lisa Rose, that's right. A no-win Monday. Well, not really. I won. What about you guys? I took the Dolphins plus 4.5, 5.5, and 6.5 in the game. I want to thank the Dolphins because I had faith in them enough that I bet on the Dolphins, by the way. I'm a nutbag. But I liked them. I thought actually they really had a chance to win, and they did. I mean, they did get the winning drive. They got ahead, and the defense and the special teams shit the bed. But, that's a whole other case, whatever it is. But they kept it close enough for me. Thanks to them, I got a little free Bitcoin yesterday. So I appreciate it. I see Jay Gelfin in the house. JD Rodriguez says this era of Dolphins is worse than the Philbin Gase era. Guillermo Arauz, there is no fixing this. Same old Dolphins. Change needs to happen from the top. What else do we have? Dev Sec and Kev says, why hire a GM if he's not going to make any personnel decisions like hiring his head coach, pay his players, give out extensions, draft players? What the F is Chris Grier paid for? Well, that's the problem, right? That it would be nice to know what are his mistakes, what are his successes, and why is it that your owner's always meddling? The guy they say that doesn't meddle? Because it wasn't Chris Grier that went out and lost the first and third rounder. So it's just, dude, they're so dysfunctional, and the owner just doesn't know what the hell he's doing. He's a joke. Mario Biovidis. Can't wait until Greer and Tua are gone. Tua can make stupid comments after each game, which actually make more news than his play. Amen. Let's see. You can't give him a third coach. I'd like to know if he hired the second. Although you do have people out there that think he hired the last three coaches, which is completely asinine. But that's all right. People can, make up stupid shit. Kyle Cockrell says, Big O, I know this is off topic. Sorry for that. But they were able to take advantage of the Caspa flash crash recently. It went all the way down to around 2 cents. No, I didn't get it. I never saw it at 2 cents, but I did get it at 5. There's no way I caught that flash crash that they had, but I did catch it at 5. That I did. Let's see. What else do we have here? There's a lot of comments, and thank you so much. Please smash. Come on, man. We could easily get to 200 right now. Like, easily. We're only at 82, and we got 263 watching. Come on, man. Smash the hell out of this thing, please. J-Town says, let's be honest, but hypothetical. Yeah. If the Dolphins could actually trade Tua, they can trade Tua. I'm not even getting into that. Nobody's going to want Tua right now, dude. Nobody. It's be stupid for you to trade for him. They got to cut him. So force them to cut him and take that big cap hit, and then restructure a lower, like a Baker Mayfield deal before he straightened out his career, and that's it. That's what happens. Pat in Asheville says, when Ross came onto the field post-game against Carolina, it was pitiful to see Marino, Nat Moore, and maybe Greer rush out onto the field to walk with him, kiss the ring. Yeah. Yep. Let's see. What else do we have? Lucas, bench Tua, Atlanta, bench Cousins, and New York, bench Russ. Okay. All right. Lucas, no quarterback is saving you, bro. Behind that offensive line, that play caller, how can a quarterback survive when they've got Darren Waller on the sidelines? Your second best weapon, because H-N is number one, but the guy that's a complete mismatch is just standing on the sidelines. What quarterback's going to be in an advantage with that? And then when you need him, you use him for a touchdown. It's like the weirdest shit. You couldn't use him all game long. If you play Darren Waller all game, you might have won the game. You went to Darren Waller, you took a 17-0 lead. You didn't go to Darren Waller, you lost the game. You didn't go to Darren Waller the entire game until the end, and you lost the game. I don't know, dude. Let me tell you something. I'm a dumbass when it comes to, like, math with letters. Once algebra and all that other stuff started, I was like, I'm out of here, bro. Okay? But I'm pretty good at simple math. And simple math tells me, play Darren Waller. Anyway, our Carrillo shit teams find a way to lose. That's right. Big Johnson, Big O, all we can say is, you told us so, with a smiley face. Yeah. Although, man, again, I knew it was going to be a bad season, but I didn't think it was going to be this disastrous. Like, I knew it was going to be an incompetent year again. But, man, at least I gave him, Pat in Asheville told me a while back, he goes, you're being too nice in the 7 wins. Let's see what else. Rex Ryan somewhat defended Tua with those comments, basically saying it might be that Tua had enough privately. Of course, dude. Give me a break. Tua's had enough of this shit already, dude. All he's been is crapped on from the get-go, from people in the building, from his head coaches. They're either incompetent or they hate him. He's got a fan base that hates his ass. So just get the hell out of here already, bro. Drop the grenade and there's nothing worth saving here. That's what I love about listening to people that are so disgusted by what Tua did. And like, what are you disgusted? What are you protecting? Who cares? I'm glad he did it, dude. I'm glad. Somebody has to do it because clearly, you know, Stephen Ross may have big ears, but he certainly ain't hearing everything that's going on. So I'm glad. Really glad. Anyway, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and you can make a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, or Solana donation as always, and we appreciate it. Thank you all out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. R. Eric says, and Sean, you guys should take this Sunday off. Going to be a dog poop trash game. Come on, guys. No, we're going to do it, bro. I mean, I'll be here. I've been through 1 in 15. I've been doing this for 35 years, dude. So it's not like something new that I've been doing. I've gone through a lot of shit seasons. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not here to give up or anything like that. They frustrate the hell out of me, but listen, I'm not at a point where I'm shocked what's going on. That's for some of the riders or people like QAM or something like that, that they somehow had hope for like a decent season. That was just dumb. Okay, I'm just going to call it out, plain and simple. If you thought the Dolphins had any chance of a good season, you're not a good reader of what went on. That's all I'm saying. You're either too much of a fan and you're not willing to be honest with yourselves. You know, I saw Dolph Freaky, by the way. Let me see if I can find the tweet that I retweeted yesterday that she put up. And, you know, she's one of those fanatical fans. She gets dressed up for every single game, event, all of that. She's been a Dolphin of the year, all that kind of stuff, right? And yesterday, she made a post. And when, you know, fans like this that are super diehard and they are frustrated, it's it gets to a point where you see that it's now hurting the deepest of fans, the ones that are as blind ass fan as you can get. Okay, all those fans that paint themselves up and all that, those are they live for the team. You know, part of their identity is the team. Part of what they do in their everyday lives includes the Miami Dolphins. And I can't see the post right now. I'm not finding it. I probably am not looking right. But I just kind of felt bad for her, for Dolph Freaky, because these are the fans that, man, they are the best. They are committed to you. They bring more fans to you, all of that kind of stuff. They create environments for you so fans can be a part of, even though it's a losing culture, the fan base is a great culture, you know? So it's just here we go. I found it now. She goes, I'm in a dark place with the Miami Dolphins that I haven't been in before. She's young. The joy of football is being sucked from me from the intrusive voices that are saying, if the team doesn't care, why do you? Also, just about absolutely embarrassed, disgusted, and dejected by what's happening here. So when you start getting those kind of fans pissed off, you know, you got to start looking in the mirror. And Stephen Ross is so out of touch with his team, with his fan base, and he constantly shows it. And when you see a fan like that, a super maniacal, dedicated fan, okay, you know, I think you better start doing something about it. It's funny how we take all the pain and we still come back for more. It's like we're all masochistic or something being Dolphins fans. But I feel for you all out there, man, because I feel the same way. You know, even though I'm not as hurting as much because I kind of expected this to be a shit season. Not this bad, but you know, it's rough, man. It's rough seeing that for you guys and for all of us. Let's see. Ocala Joe, thank you, sir, for the love on Cash App. I appreciate you. Says Morning O, the fish stinks from the head down. Yeah. I would have to agree with that, my friend. I would have to agree with that. It is a stinky situation being a Fins fan right now. Waller is on a pitch count. That's the only logical explanation. No, dude, he had two or three targets. He didn't play yesterday. No, that's not there. There's no pitch count, bro. He played awesome in the first half last week, and he disappeared in the second half. And they had nothing to do with pitch count. It's just, they adjusted. Well, you're supposed to counter. It's like a chess match. I don't know if you play chess, but if you're not thinking a couple moves ahead, if you're not assuming or knowing what he's going to or your opponent is going to do, then you're not going to be able to counter. That's what football is. It's a chess match. You know what the pieces are. You know how they move. You have an understanding of who's the guy that moves them. So now you've got to then anticipate what they're going to do. And you've got to be able to counter if they figure something out. You've got to be able to come back, and he does not do that. So, again, Michael, leave the excuses somewhere else, my brother. Okay? Slomin's home security, baby. Oh, yes. Shield Link. Call them 1-800-ALARM-ME. You can see the number there, 1-866-756-6467, and ask them about Shield Link, because right from your phone, okay, see your phone. Anyway, right from your phone, you get professional-grade security monitoring with cutting-edge smart home automation. Homeowners now, you can lock the doors, adjust the thermostat, switch the lights on or off, view live camera feeds. I like doing that inside and outside the house. And even create automated routines from a single dashboard. It's a beautiful thing. Shield Link gives you total control. And a couple of examples. Your son or daughter walks out there talking on the phone, they close the door, and somehow or another they get shocked by something they say. Oh, really? And they forget to close the door, and they walk away. Well, on your camera, you're already going to get a sensor that somebody's walking in or out of your house. 2, you have another sensor that says door unlocked. Now you can lock it right from your office, right from your car, right from wherever you're eating. You could be out of town. And then you could call your son and daughter and rip them a new one. Oh, I'll lock it. No, I already did. Don't do it again, jerky. And that's it. Super simple. You're going to love Shield Link. 1-800-ALARM-ME. Tell them that Big O sent you. Slomins.com. All right. All righty. As they say. What else do we have? Oh, Mountain Man just shows the team and organization is a dumpster fire. McDaniel should have been fired after 2023. I'm with you. Frankie says, I'm not mad that he said all that. What I am mad is that it's still going on and the team stays the same. That's what you should be mad. Exactly. If there are no changes, you're not firing the head coach, then what does it say about you as an owner? Now, this is the owner that planned the what is it called? The dump or whatever it is, the tank for Tua or tank for Burrow or whatever it is. This is the owner that planned this. He planned the tank. He planned to go after Payne and Brady. He planned to go after Harbaugh. Not his GMs. Over the years, this is the guy that has tried and been busted for trying to cheat over and over and over again. I got to tell you something. While he's a great owner in the sense that he spends, he's a horrible custodian of the football team because he alone puts his team at a disadvantage and an embarrassment. This idiot gets busted going to Jim Harbaugh. And by the way, when Harbaugh finally has a chance that he gets out, right? He doesn't want to take him from Michigan. This is the idiot that goes after Sean Payton and Tom Brady and doesn't even have his coach on the same page. This is the idiot that wants to tank and hired a coach that wasn't on the same page. This is the idiot that cost you a first and a third round pick. This is the idiot that extends Joe Philbin for no reason at all. This is the idiot that extends Mike McDaniel for no reason at all. So while we give him credit for spending money, it's really only to make money. It's not to win. He's too incompetent to know how to win. He's too meddling to know how to win. Okay? And as I've said, the front office did not want to extend and guarantee that money to Tyreek Hill. That I know for a fact. Who convinced him? McDaniel? The owner? The front office did not want to do this. That I know for a fact. Will they ever admit it? Of course not. I know it's something you're going to have to get somewhere later on down the line or whatever. Who cares? Bottom line is they don't get anything done. So, and you're not going to get anything done with that owner because he doesn't even know how to use his money. It's pathetic. Let's see. What else do we have? Brooklyn Rob says, I saw a post of fan groups from Mexico and Germany at the stadium. Can you imagine traveling from that far away to see this terrible product? Ross does not deserve this kind of loyalty. No, he does. Our fans are the best. We have an incredible fan base. Yeah, dude. Yeah. We have a great fan base. And we have people that are crazy dedicated to the team, and the team doesn't love them back in no way, shape, or form. Can Slomin turn off the lights on the Dolphins? Because it's over. They should. Right from the Shield Link app. So there you go. What else? They should have hired Jim Caldwell. Well, Caldwell ran away from this place too. No, I'm retired still, guys. I'm not interested. Okay? Just not interested. We're out of here. Yeah, I got health issues. And then I think he went after to consult for somebody else. Chan Gailey ran away from this place. I mean, it just it's a It's a revolving door. Juan Mendoza says Fernando Mendoza, QB, out of the Indiana University and Columbus High School, is now expected to be the first QB taken in the 2026 NFL Draft. All right. So are we going to draft Fernando Mendoza? Because we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Marlins. Let's bring Orestes de Estrada to the Marlins and people will flock. I don't know. Damn, are we really bad, man? I don't know, man. I think this is why I'd rather watch the Heat and the Panthers, even though the Heat is not a championship team yet, but they will never go out like the Finns, man. No, but they'll be bad this year. Oh, the Heat will be bad this year, dude. Okay? The Heat will struggle to make the play-in this year. So, slowly but surely, the Mad Max, the Heat are becoming the Dolphins. So, you just lived the 90s. I'm sorry, the 80s. I'm sorry. You just lived the 80s with the Heat now. Yes, you did. Went to a couple championships that you really, weren't going to win anyway, so you didn't win it. It's over. Fluky. And now the next 10 years, you'll win some. You'll go to a couple playoffs, but probably won't do much. And then it'll get worse and worse because all they're doing now is living off the past, kind of like what the Dolphins have been doing for decades, living off of the 70s and, I guess, Marino, It's crazy. And that's what's happening right now. So the Heat are turning into the Miami Dolphins. So be careful. Don't set yourself with really high expectations with the Heat because you're going to be let down. Watch the moves that they've made the last 10 years. It's very Dolphins-like. Very mediocre. Very, very mediocre. Now we are definitely not drafting him, but I played against him my senior year in high school, and he was a freshman. He was really good then, says Juan. I have no idea what they're going to draft, bro. I have no idea what's going to happen. I'm not even looking into it right now. I really don't care about it, to be quite honest. So what draft is just going to turn around the fortunes of the Dolphins? And again, what quarterback succeeds here? So we have Marino, dude, and we didn't know what to do with him. It's insane. It really is. It's crazy stuff. All right, what else do we have going on in the world of sports? By the way, yesterday, Broncos defeat the Jets. The Jets dropped to 0-6. Denver's 4-2. Sean Payton, the guy that Ross wanted. Colts are now 5-1. Daniel Jones, 22 of 30, 212, 2 touchdowns, an interception. He also ran 5 times for 20 and a touchdown. And Taylor, the running back, 21 for 123 and a touchdown. I thought they were trading him to Miami, Jonathan Taylor. I thought that was the talk the entire time. Remember when we shot that down? Kept telling all the idiots, this not ever going to happen. Anyway, Pats defeat the Saints 25-19. New England is 4-2. Not surprised here. I told you New England would be the number 2 team in the division. They're 3-0 on the road right now, the Patriots. We could have had Mike Vrabel. You fire McDaniel in the middle of the season last year during the Colts game, and you give Vrabel the keys to the kingdom, bring him in. Steelers defeat the Browns 23-9. They're 4-1. The Steelers may be one of the most fraudulent 4-1 teams I have ever seen in my life. They're not that good. But, hey, man, kudos to them. They're finding ways to win. They will do nothing in the playoffs. That team is mediocre as hell. Seahawks defeat the Jags 20-12. JSN with 8 receptions, 162 yards, and a touchdown. He's pretty special. Seattle and the Jags are both 4-2. Okay? Your Dolphins are 1-5. Bucks over the Niners, 30-19. Baker, 17 of 23, 256, 2 touchdowns. Tampa's now 5-1. San Francisco, and I got to tell you, with all the injuries and everything that's gone on, I know Mac Jones didn't play well yesterday, but 4-2 for San Francisco is an excellent record. Excellent record, man. And Tampa, they just make plays everywhere. They've got playmakers. They run the ball. Even with backup linemen, they do a decent job. And their defense, man, will make stops. Dude. Baker has been fantastic. Good for him, dude, because he was in a terrible situation in Cleveland, and he's been able to get out of a terrible situation, which he looked like he was the problem and all that kind of stuff. And then he goes somewhere else where they actually know how to run a football team. It's a different ballgame. Cleveland, they don't. Tampa, they do. That's why they've won a couple of championships here in modern-day football history. Not like us here in Miami that we keep talking about prehistoric championships 50 years ago. It's insane. The Chefs over the Lions, 30-17. KC's 3-3. Detroit 4-2. Mahomes 22 of 30. 3 touchdowns, 257 yards, and he also rushed 10 times for 32 yards and 1 touchdown. So, interesting day in the NFL. And then we've got 2 games tonight. Bills at Falcons and then Bears at Washington. Not necessarily great games, but you hope that you end up getting a decent game out of it all. Sean is quiet this morning. Did he call in sick after yesterday's debacle? No, he's there. He's there. You'll see him now. He will be speaking soon. There he is. He's there. Yes, sir. Were you going to say anything, by the way? Just in case? Just pop in and out? Okay. All right. He's a man of few words. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Frankie Fresco. Call me a blind-ass fan. Happily. But I can't just agree with you about what QB succeeds here the same way you don't bet against the Finns. So but I don't bet against the Finns because I don't bet against my local teams. I don't do that. I don't bet against the Heat, even though I may know they were going to lose or something, or the Canes or whatever. That's just something there. But the facts are no QB succeeds here. Those are the facts. Marino won nothing significant here. We never built the line that he needed, the run game or the defense. Never. So you had one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the NFL, and you did a shit job of building around him. You got a guy now that has led the league in passing yards and touchdown and completion percentage, have been in the MVP race, which, by the way, none of our quarterbacks are ever in that. But no way of complimenting him either. So I disagree with you. You are a blind-ass fan because the Dolphins have proven no QB succeeds here. None. That's proven. Okay? Bob Greasy succeeded because that was the only time they knew how to build a team. When they built 2 offensive and defensive lines that could kick people's asses. But thank you for the super chat, Frankie. TJ Superman, thank you for the super chat. Big O, it's my birthday today, and my birthday wish is to finally have Mike McDaniel fired today. God, I wish you could get your wish today. That would be awesome. You know, the fact, and by the way, TJ Superman, happy birthday to you, my brother. I hope you have many, 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 many more. Okay. And by the way, Big E also celebrated her birthday over the weekend. Happy birthday to you, Big E. But TJ Superman, you should have your birthday present under the tree this morning. If this was an owner that truly gave a shit, he would have fired the guy last night or this morning. Let him go through all the BS of the questions, and then Monday morning, bring him in early and, hey, Mike, sorry, but we're moving on. And the fact that TJ Superman doesn't have a fired Mike McDaniel present under the tree is disgusting. Yeah. The fact that you're keeping Mike McDaniel is basically sending a huge signal to the Dolphin Nation that you don't care. No matter what you act like in public, oh my God, oh, that run back or whatever, or you're in the box or whatever, and you're placating to the cameras since everybody knows you're watching. Everybody also knows you're making a shit ton of money. J-Town says, Sean, thanks for all you do to allow us to vent together as a fan base. There you go, Sean. Howie says, we've never had the right to compliment on both sides at the same time. That's why mediocrity will remain with this franchise. I agree. I totally agree. Come on, folks. Get us over 200 on the likes. We're at 121, 270 are watching. Easily, you guys can get us over 200. Okay? So, what are the reasons Ross hasn't fired McDaniel? Really, why? None of us know. That is the amazing part. That none of us can actually make a legitimate argument why you would keep this guy around. It's the weirdest thing. Really is. All right, let me you know what, let me do since you asked for Sean, let me do a little music here where I can get Sean involved. All right, let's do that. Let's start off with musicians born on October 13th. Ashanti, born on this date in 1980, R&B vocalist. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. Joey Belladonna from Anthrax, born in 1960. Marie Osmond, born in 1959. John Ford Coley, born in 1948. England Dan and John Ford Coley. Love is the answer. Born in 48 on this date. The Red Rocker, Sammy Hagar, born in 1947. Montrose, Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, Chickenfoot, Circle, all kinds of stuff. Let's see who else. Paul Simon, Simon and Garfunkel, born in 1941. Ederline DeBarge from the R&B group DeBarge, born in 1935. And that is it for musicians. Now let's go with other famous people born on this day. Remember, if I don't give you the age, that means they are no longer with us. American Revolutionary War figure Molly Pitcher, born in 1754. I was hanging out with her just last week. Unfortunately, no longer with us. British Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher, born in 1925. Hanging out with her a little while back, too. Let's see, who else? Jerry Jones, born in 42. The old geezer's 83 today. Museum of Racing Hall of Fame member Pat Day, born in 53. He's 72. Filmmaker Chris Carter, born in 56. He's 69. Doc Rivers, he was born in 61. Doc is 64 today. Actress Kelly Preston, born in 62. Football Hall of Fame member Jerry Rice, born in 62. He's 63 today. Actress Kate Walsh, born in 67. She's 58. Actress Tisha Campbell Martin, born in 68. She's 57. Hall of Fame member Nancy Kerrigan, born in 69. She is 56. Actor Sacha Baron Cohen, nice, 71. He is 54. TV personality You know, I like to grab him right by there, Billy Bush. You know Billy? Billy Bush, born in 71. He's 54. Isn't it interesting that the orange man was telling a guy named Billy Bush about grabbing women by the bush? Just thought I'd mention it. My birthdays are a lot more entertaining than most people's birthdays. We add a little color to the whole thing. Why, you ask? Well, because we want to add a little something to it. You know what I mean? Just saying the name and the birthday, it's just not enough. Australian Hall of Fame member Ian Thorpe, born in 82, he's 43. First daughter, Tiffany Trump, born in 93, she's 32. And actor Caleb McLaughlin, born in 2001, he is 24. Sean Stanley, do you have wrestlers born on this date, since people don't know that you are here?
I am here and I am alive. And Billy Starks, she turns 21 today. Don Callis turns 62. The great Killer Kowalski was born on this date in 1926. And Zeta Steele, she turns 22 on October 13th, 2000. And the year, 25.
There you go. Don't forget, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo, and you can send in your questions, comments, insults, all kinds of good stuff. Stephen Baker, the touchdown maker, chimes in on Venmo. Ross has turned us into the New York Not Quiet Yets. Yeah, basically. It's sad what Ross has done to our team. That he's actually the biggest joke we've ever had owning the team. Think about all the embarrassments that have gone on under this guy. Didn't Bullygate go under this clown too? Huh, Sean? Wasn't Bullygate under the ownership of Ross? I think he's checking. I want to say that too. Ross is an absolute embarrassment as an owner. And if you want to blame anyone, it starts at the top, dude. I blame the guy that just can never put anything together. And I blame the guy that constantly sets his team back. All right, let me go to music history here.
Yes, it was.
It was, right? Yeah, typical.
Yeah, 2013 he owned the team.
Yeah, Stephen Ross is a freaking joke, dude. He's just a disgrace. All right, let's start off with music history. What happened today in music history? In 73, the Rolling Stones started a 4-week run at number 1 on the U.S. album charts with Goat's Head Soup, the group's 4th U.S. number 1. In 78, Queen released their Fat Bottom Girls Bicycle Race single featuring a cover photo that combined Imaginary from both songs. In 80, INXS released their debut studio album, INXS, and it features the single Just Keep Walking. In 82, they released my favorite album, INXS I'm talking about, Shabu Shaba, and it features the singles The One Thing, Don't Change, and To Look At You, and Never Speak. It's so good for me tonight to look at you and never speak. It's so good. Oh, that is such a great song. Oh, that's my favorite INXS song, is To Look At You. What is the name to call for a different kind of girl who knows the feelings and never... Oh, man. God. Love it. In 83, Houdini released their self-titled debut album, Houdini, and it features the singles Magic Wand and The Haunted House of Rock. In 86, Berlin released their 4th studio album, Count 3 and Pray, and it features the singles Take My Breath Away, Like Flames, and You Don't Know. Masquerade, I think it's called Masquerade, right? That is their best album for Berlin. In 92, 4 Non-Blondes released their debut studio album, Bigger, Better, Faster, and More, and it features the singles Dear Mr. President, What's Up, Spaceman, and Superfly. Huh. Those were the singles. What's Up, everybody knows from Four Non-Blondes. But I'm going to go off the beaten path here. I think it's something called like Train or something like that. I want to say. Let's see. Four Non-Blondes debut album. I'm going to look at it because I'm trying to remember the song. Sometimes you can remember things. I can't remember everything always. But if I remember, there's a song called Train Something or something like that. And I freaking love that song. Something like that. Let's see if I can find the damn track list for this album. Where the hell is it? Here we go. Let me see if I got it now. Where the hell is it? Well, Train. It is called Train. For me, of course, What's Up is the best song in this album. It's a freaking excellent song. She's touring now, by the way. She's a genius. The lead singer for Four Non-Blondes has written all kinds of hits for a ton of people. She produces. She's actually a musical genius in her own right. But there's a song called Train in this album that is absolutely awesome. Oops, I accidentally hit this thing and I can't. There we go. Thank God. Okay. Train would be the one that I would tell you to look at in that album. That is a really good song. I remember. Let's see. What else do we have in things that went on today? In 2008, Ringo Starr announced that he no longer has time to respond to fan mail or sign autographs. In a video message on his website, Starr has asked fans not to send them any mail at all. No more fan mail, no objects to be signed, nothing. He said, peace and love. 2 days later, following a backlash from his fans, Starr explained that his announcement was in direct response to an inordinate amount of items which he had recently appeared on for sale on eBay. Starr was also concerned that all the correspondence amounted to a waste of paper, and we should all be mindful of carbon footprint. Good for him. Not that he wants that. He just doesn't want to be bothered. He's done it enough, bro. Leave him alone. In 2017, Dolly Parton donated $1 million to the Vanderbilt University's Children's Hospital in Nashville, which helped her niece battle leukemia. All right, let me see if there's any other birthdays today that I did not mention in the other list because it maybe wasn't on that list. Robert Lamb from the band Chicago is 81. Did not mention that. And nope, that's it. That is it. That's what happened today in music history. How about that? Mike Mars says, thanks for saying on radio the truth about Ross. What can we do, bro? I mean, we got to call it like we see it here on the show. And I appreciate you, Mike Mars. Thank you for giving us some love on the super chat, sir. Very nice of you. Yeah, I mean, we have to call it like we see it. He is an absolutely disgraceful owner. And he spends money because he makes money. He put the hospital because he'll make money. He'll put the practice facility because he'll save money. Okay? He'll bring concerts because he'll make money. He'll bring music festivals because he'll make money. He'll bring the F1 race because he'll make money. He'll save the tennis tournament because he'll make money. He'll bring Cirque du Soleil because he'll make money. That's why he's doing it. He's got the Canes. He'll make money. That's just what he does. He is a real estate genius. Not a football genius, but a real estate genius, and he proves it with that property. So he doesn't need the Dolphins to win. There'll be enough suckers there that will buy the tickets. He knows it. And there'll be enough people that will come from out of town, some of us Dolphin fan suckers, and then, of course, the majority will be visiting team fans. That's all. You had a weak one this week in the Chargers. They don't have a strong fan base. They've got a very weak and broken fan base, unfortunately. But most other fan bases are much stronger, and we're a destination place, so they'll buy the tickets. Ross just doesn't care, dude. Just doesn't care. It's funny, and yet you can buy the tickets, but you can't resell them. Because if you resell them too much, then they take them away from you. Interesting how they control everything and anything, yet they give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? NorCal does all kinds of stuff for the Dolphins and get-togethers. They give them shit. Dolph Freaky does the same thing. She's got her club out west. Nothing. Sports Babe and Lou, they have get-togethers in all kinds of towns across the country. Do the Dolphins repay them with anything? No. Do they win? Do they make them happy? No. Not at all. What are those? I think they're called the Dolphin Maniacs. Those guys that paint up their faces with the skull-like face and all. They got the truck painted up and all that shit. What do they get? Grief. They don't get shit, dude. Big E. One of the best. Guy does so much for the Dolphins. For Dolphins. Does the team do anything for him? Oh, I'm sorry. They gave him an orange jersey at practice. Not any winning, but, hey, here's a token of our appreciation. Chris Barker, another big-time fan that I get to know. These people, man, they sell out for their team. And the team and the owner doesn't sell out for them. It's funny because I was talking about George Steinbrenner last week and how Yankee fans, real Yankee fans and older fans must miss the guy like crazy. Some guy, he meddled a lot. And I go, yeah, but he won 7 titles. And yeah, maybe he meddled, and sometimes it might have been a good thing. Sometimes it might have been a bad thing. But there was one thing about George. He wanted to win, and he wanted to win badly. And guess what? He put his team in position to win a bunch of times, and they won a whole bunch of times. And since he's gone, the last championship was won on his deathbed and was won with his culture, what was left of his culture in place. Once he was gone, it's over. And it's just one of those things that if you're going to meddle and care, you need to get results. And that's where Stephen Ross, we have too many in the media that, sometimes maybe they're close to the owner or something, or maybe work with the team, and they're, he doesn't meddle that much. No, he meddles way too much. He meddles more than most owners, outside of Jerry Jones, of course. But the bottom line is, dude, are you getting results? And you're not getting any results. And all you do, Stephen Ross is known for one embarrassment after another, after another, after another. I'll give Wayne Huizenga credit in this sense. He didn't win either. He tried. He spent money. He was passionate about it. But it wasn't dysfunctional to this level that it's been under Stephen Ross. And that's the one thing that I can say, that since Stephen Ross took over till now, it's our most dysfunctional era ever in Dolphins football. There were dysfunctional moments with Shula. There were some dysfunctional moments when Huizenga was around. Of course, it's going to happen. It's going to happen with a lot of teams. You have some moments. But the consistency of the dysfunction under Stephen Ross is scary. Scary. And he has created a lot of their own problems. So, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. We got the 149, still not at 200. Let's go. We can get 50 to hit the like button, man. 50 of you, like 50 Cent. That's all we need. 51, actually. We need 51 to get to 200. Come Come on. I want to see that counter go. Sean's working hard. I'm working hard here for you guys after a long Sunday. Damn. That's Sunday. That's Sunday. At least I got Saturday off again because the Canes are playing on Friday night. By the way, we will be doing a post-game show for and Louisville on Friday. Okay? So we'll have some fun with Manny post-game, and we'll get the latest from the boys. Michael from Vermont says, bring shame to the stadium. Fire McDaniel. Chance will embarrass Ross. Tua should shout the loudest. I'm just glad he did what he did yesterday. I'm glad he just went and just threw that grenade, bro. That is awesome. Somebody's got to blow it up, man. Somebody's got to start the process of tearing this thing down. And hopefully this will do it, even if it means that he goes somewhere else, whatever, make some changes. I doubt they'll be able to move him next year. I doubt it. I really do, because it's too cap crippling. You would have to release people, and it just, the year would be really bad. The only good thing I will tell you about this, let's say you want to do a Russell Wilson thing where you let him go next year, and you take that enormous cap hit so you can move on, and you're going to have to cut more players and all that, and you will not, like I told you, you won't be very competitive this year. Well, same thing next year. That's the good thing. You will have 2 years of rock bottom where you're going to be a top 5 pick 2 years in a row. So you hope that a couple of waves of those drafts kind of change your fortunes. You know what I'm saying? I don't suggest anybody at head coach, Jose, until we actually have a fired coach and we're looking for somebody. Then let me find out who's available. So I haven't even looked at it. Don't even care. Right now, it's a waste of time. Until you make changes, until we know that they're going to hire a new coach, there's no reason for me to talk about this right now. Big O, what did McDaniel learn under Kyle Shanahan? Was he just passing out water around the office? I don't know. It's a great question because it doesn't look like he learned much. So every week that goes by proves this is Ross's hire. I think the same thing, Joel, because if you're a general manager, and if this is your hire, why would you keep him around? He's not saving your job. So that's my problem with all of this. This is why I know a bunch of you want me to turn on Chris Greer and all. I can't until I know what the hell happened. Too many of you are assuming shit, and I wouldn't with these people. So I need to know what goes on. Like I told you, if you fire McDaniel and Greer comes back, it answers everything that gentleman and I think, Joel and I think. This wasn't McDaniel's hire. I'm sorry, this wasn't Greer's hire. So, and if you're going to have people meddling and all that, and your GM really can't be a GM, it's just hard to measure somebody this way, So all I know is that he does a lot of bad crap, Randy Rodriguez with the lazy suggestion, give me Chris Shula. The guy, you don't even know if he can build an offensive and defensive staff or anything. He's too young, bro. He's too green. It's just silly Shula shit. By the way, how good was Mike Shula in the NFL? Just wondering. David Shula? Half decent. They were Shulas too. And directly from Don. Okay? This is off an offspring. It's kind of like the Manning one right now. Since it's not really off of Archie that the first two were, this one is off the third brother that wasn't really the quarterback, is the comedian. So then maybe that one, that one's falling a little farther from the tree. So I'm just saying, he does a nice job with the defense. Now he does have some players You know what I'm saying? On that defense, Jared Verse would make almost any defense pretty legit right away. The guy I wanted badly. Anyway, so, but it's fun to say it because it's a Shula name, but, it's a lazy thing that people come up with. Lenny says, I just don't trust Chris Grier with the draft picks. He makes good trades, but his mediocre in the draft. Chris Harris over TJ Watt really makes sense. Make it make sense. You could do that with everybody, bro. You could do that with everybody. But, I mean, do you not mention Achane for a third rounder? Was that not a steal? Same way, right? It goes that way. Now, you didn't keep him, but you got one of the better pass rushers in the league in the 5th round in Van Ginkel. You know what I'm saying? So he does end up making good picks. Rob Hunt was a very good guard in the 2nd round. So there are things that he does that are positive, and everybody's going to make bad picks. Okay? But overall, he's made a lot of good picks. He's made a lot of good trades. Their problem has been the coaching changes and keeping and letting go of the right players. That has been the worst part of it all. Although, as I've mentioned now lately, all of you that complain about Chris Grier, you never come back and say, you know what? Because this guy here that complained about Chris Grier, Lenny, be honest. What happened with Christian Wilkins? What happened with Rob Hunt? What happened with Jonnu Smith? Were you ripping? Did you rip Chris Grier for any of those 3? Let me hear it, Lenny. Did you rip Chris Grier for Jonnu Smith? Did you rip him for Rob Hunt? Did you rip him for Christian Wilkins? I'm just wondering. Because he got ripped on all 3. You didn't rip him on all 3. Bro, all I heard was raining down on the Jonnu Smith deal. Oh, my God, okay, let go Jonnu Smith, and it looked like a crazy-ass deal. You bring in Darren Waller, who's a failed rapper, failed in his relationship, left football. Like, this is nuts. And he's more productive than Darren Waller right now. And he barely plays, by the way. We have an idiot that doesn't even play him. We have an idiot coach that doesn't know how to get Darren Waller on the field consistently. So, I mean, there are moves that are bad. There are moves that are good. But if you don't have the right power from above, it's hard to measure anybody this way. But I totally understand those of you that want to get rid of Grier. That's fine with me. You want to get rid of Tua, that's fine with me. You want to get rid of McDaniel, that's fine with me. You would love Ross to sell. That'll never happen. But I understand. Nothing's working. So you got to get rid of everything since it's not working. And that's the inevitable. That's what will happen one way or the other. You know? Deanne Brown, he named 2 players in the 20 years who are with the All-Pro, 1 drafted in 20 years, and that's X. Yep. X is another good one. Cam Smith and Iggy are bad, but then there's other players that they got in the secondary that were actually good too. But you're not going to hit on every pick, dude. You know what I mean? You're not going to hit on every pick. That kind of happens. Picks are going to go bad, and I don't know. If you go watch all general managers, they're going to miss on some picks. It is what it is. But listen, man, I'm tired of that subject. I get it. Get rid of all of them. You know what I mean? So I totally understand on that. I'm tired of all of this. I'm tired of Tua. I'm tired of the Chris Grier talk. I'm tired of the Mike McDaniel talk. I'm tired of the Stephen Ross talk. It's really just cancerous because we can't do anything about it. They can't win. They can't figure it out. So I get it. Get rid of everybody. The only problem is you'll never get rid of the owner because the family makes way too much money. But I am totally with you all. Get rid of all of them. Okay? I'm good with that. Nobody wins here anyways. So it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? We'll bring in the next group and we'll see whatever happens. All I know is that from now on, I don't care who you hire, bro. You ain't getting anything from me now. You're not getting anything whatsoever. When they do something, then we'll talk about it. But meanwhile, they will all be on double secret probation. I will never, ever, ever be positive about any hire again. I will never give another hire a chance. Ever. It'll be wait and see. Wait and see. Let's see if you can do it. That's how it's going to be from here on out. I'm not going to be open about Adam Gase. I'm not going to be open about Dave Wannstedt. I'm not going to be open about Cam Cameron. I'm not going to be open about Mike McDaniel or Flo or anybody. Oh, I like how he's starting off and all like the stupid shit that we do all the time. Not doing it. No way. No way. I'm just going to sit back. Whoever you hire, I'm going to say, do something. When I see you actually win playoff games, then maybe I can believe in you now. That's how I'm going to treat it from here on out. I am never, ever doing the gun-ho bullshit of taking some positive approach to somebody that I have no idea who the hell they are. Hell, we thought we were going to be special with Jimmy Johnson. And he was a disgrace. He was a joke. He was an embarrassment in the playoffs. He was an embarrassment with what he did with Marino. So, for me, from now on, none of these people will ever get the benefit of the doubt in my eyes. Ever. The Dolphins don't deserve jack shit, dude. They don't deserve anything. They deserve to be treated really badly until proven otherwise. That's it. They need to be disrespected, thrown into the trash, and then they need to earn our respect. That's how we have to put the Dolphins at. Screw the Dolphins. They need to earn our respect. They're a garbage organization, a garbage owner. So until the garbage, we used to have an owner that actually ran a garbage company. So we ended up with a garbage owner. What a segue. Wow, what a handoff. From a company of a trash cans to a real trash can. Stephen Ross, because the way he runs the team, he is trash. Trash gets busted by recruiting Harbaugh in the middle of the night with a coach in place. That's trash. That's some trailer trash crap. So that's what the Dolphins deserve. They deserve heavy criticism. They deserve no respect whatsoever. That's what they deserve. And that's what they're going to get. That's all. End of story. Screw them. They don't want to, they're not trying to win. So who cares, dude? It's like Dolph Freaky says, if the team doesn't care, why do you? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, Fins Nation UK. Ask yourself, Worldwide Dolphins Club. Ask yourself, NorCal Dolphins Club. Any other Dolphin club, send me the damn stickers so we can put them up. Ask yourselves. So they need to feel our hate. They need to feel our anger. They need to be made uncomfortable. And you're not doing enough of it. Why? Because all we do is go buy the tickets, the shirts, the hats. How many Dolphin hats do I have? Jesus Christ. Give them what they deserve for once in their lives, dude. You guys give them way too many breaks. It's a disgraceful, embarrassing, pathetic, and a joke of a franchise. They don't deserve you. Make sure you tell them that. Make sure you remind them that they don't deserve you. Okay? Make sure you remind them how pathetic and embarrassing they are. Make sure you remind them how they ruin your day or ruin your week or put you in a bad mood or that you spend money for agony and grief. You're only asking for some moments of happiness. You're not even asking for us to become a dynasty and win 5, 10 titles or anything like that. You're asking for one. You're asking for a team to be respectable and go deep into the playoffs and be what it used to be when I was a kid. That's all you're asking for. That's what you're paying for. And that's exactly what you're not getting. So rage, bro. Rage. And make sure you send your message to them. Send your emails. Whatever it is that you got to do. But make sure you make your message felt one way or another. I doubt folks will do this, but that's the only way. That's the only way, dude. They need to be treated like what they are. They're a joke and a garbage franchise. Treat them like what they are. They don't deserve anything else. They're liars. They're cheaters. They're failures. Dude, they can't even get the logo right. And the owner, by the way, proves that he doesn't give a shit about you. Marino said that's his baby. He's not letting it go. He doesn't give a shit about it. None of us want the whale logo. I know some of you have adjusted to it or whatever. Again, soft-ass fans, whatever. You give them whatever they want. But most of us with some balls, we want our old logo back. He knows that. But it's his team and it's his marketing, and you buy it. You go buy that hat with the whale. You go buy that shirt with the whale. You go buy that jersey with a whale. And he goes, they complain, but then they go and buy it all. You never send a message. You never, ever send a message to the Miami Dolphins. And so, since you never send a message to the Miami Dolphins, why should they care about you? Winning is not a priority for them. The logo is not a priority for them. Money is their priority. And let me tell you something. The logo thing is huge in showing how much he is disrespectful to the fans. Because in general, everybody wants the old logo back. He knows that. He knows that that logo is unpopular. But he doesn't care. And it's the same thing with winning. He can act like he wants in public and, oh, they ran it back like he did yesterday on the sidelines and all that. And then when he walks in with all his cronies around him, oh, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We'll figure it out. And then he's cashing in, dude. Stadium's loaded. You spent all your money in the clubs. You bought more paraphernalia out there. You bought more drinks. You bought more food. You lined his pockets. You paid for parking. You lined his pockets. You're going to come back next week. You're going to come back next year. You'll come back 5 years from now. And he knows it. At no point have you ever seen Stephen Ross truly dedicated to winning. No point. There's never any urgency. I showed you there was no urgency the entire offseason. Okay? What is this? Eagles pass rusher Zadarius Smith is announcing his retiring on Instagram. Okay? I knew this day would come, but now it's here. I'm feeling so many emotions I never expected. Who would have thought that a kid from Greenville, Alabama, with just 1 year of high school football experience would go on to play professional football in the NFL for 11 incredible years? This game has given me the opportunity to meet great coaches, compete alongside some of the best players ever, and represent some of the greatest organizations in the league. Football has transformed my life and my family's lives forever, and for that I am grateful. This career has taken me across the world, from earning my first passport stamp to visit countries I only saw on maps, to helping me start a foundation that gives back to my community. There have been challenges along the way, but the rewards outweigh them all. And it helped me learn, grow, and evolve as a man. For unto whomever much is given, of him shall be required. And to the fans, the biggest thank you of all. To every fan from each organization I represented, thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. From wearing my jersey, collecting my cards, sending letters, sharing your opinions, good ones and tough ones alike, and most importantly, showing love, I felt it all. As I step into the newest season of my life, please know this game has meant the world to me. The lessons learned on and off the field will stay forever. Love, Z. So there you go. Zadarius Smith retires from the Eagles. Jimbo, thank you, sir. He says, a beautiful thing, baby. Shula's days still show basic coaching wins. Number one, keep doing what the other teams can't stop. Number two, save your timeouts and make others take all timeouts. Let's see. Lofi says, haven't upset fans flown over the stadium for 3 weeks now? Yeah. Like I said, planes don't do anything. Wouldn't the old logo bring him more money? Not the point. Not the point. He still sells the old logo. It's not like they don't sell the old logo, but they now sell the new logo. And lots of people buy the new logo. That's his logo. That's the point. It's not your logo. Your logo's the other one. That's my logo. This one. That's my logo. That other logo? Yeah. That's not my logo. I don't care about that logo. I don't dignify that logo because I don't dignify Stephen Ross anymore. He is a disgrace in my eyes. He has ruined my football team. And that's the way I'm going to look at it. And that's the way, by the way, more than anything, Stephen Ross is the man that needs to be trashed and trashed heavily in this town. And every chance you get to trash Stephen Ross, that's what you should do. Okay? We should have a media that is lighting that man on fire. He's a coward. He doesn't even address the media the last couple of years. Doesn't care about you. The coward hides. Doesn't address the media anymore because he can't get it done. So he disappears. He counts his money, and you get to see him from afar. He's an absolute coward, a cheat, a liar, a fraud, and a horrible owner. That's everything that Stephen Ross is about. He's pure garbage. All the guy wants to do is make money. He doesn't give a shit about the Dolphins. He doesn't do what Dolphin fans really want. That man extended Mike McDaniel. You know how stupid of an individual you must be to extend Mike McDaniel? Like, seriously. Like, how stupid are you, Stephen Ross? Do you not see that the man is unorganized and can't get a play on time? Can't win a challenge? Doesn't dedicate himself to the run game? Did you not watch him not use Jonnu Smith the first month of the season? Are you not watching him now where he couldn't even get Darren Waller involved in the second half last week? And all in this game, the man had the balls to hold him out until the end when he needed him for a touchdown, and he clearly scored the touchdown with ease. Like, what is Stephen Ross watching? That's what I want to know. Like, how can you be so wrong consistently about your team? That's your real problem. This guy is a disgrace, dude. He is a despicable owner, bro. He doesn't give a shit about his fans. He shits all over them with a crappy logo, and he keeps crappy coaches like Joe Philbin and Mike McDaniel around. Just so tired of Stephen Ross. Nothing will ever get done with Stephen Ross. Nothing. And that's what you're paying for when you go to that stadium and all that. You're paying for an owner that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. An owner that's an absolute joke. A disgrace. And that's the way I look at it. And that's where I'm just done with Stephen Ross. I love my team. I'm a Dolphins fan. I'll be a Dolphins fan till the day I die. But, man, I am so sick of Stephen Ross. All right, I'm out of here. We thank Sean Stanley. We thank everybody that tuned in and sent in a super chat, Cash App, or Venmo. Please hit the like button before you get out. Get us over 200. We're at 191. Let's go, man. Get us over 200. We're at 246. So I appreciate you all out there as always. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be live at Hialeah Park starting off at 2 o'clock. And we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, same bat channel.